to dip chips into. And I've been making it since I was probably in middle school, so over the years I've been able to refine my recipe a little bit. In my tower even, we make guacamole. We have guacamole parties, and just a few of us make it, and we invite the whole tower to come down and socialize, and even meet new people. Like at the beginning of the year, it was great for making new friends. So it's great food for social gatherings, and it actually has a bit of history behind it too, which I will also go into the speech with the Aztecs down in Mexico. So yeah, I'll be teaching you a bit about history. I'll be teaching you how to choose the right ingredients for guacamole, and I'll teach you how to make the guacamole itself. So a bit of history about guacamole. It was invented basically by the Aztec people down in Mexico, and I think the first recollection of guacamole was in 1000 BC, so a really long time ago. And avocados themselves were a staple in the diet of the ancient Aztecs because they were quite high in fat, which they lacked in their diet, which I found from an article in Medical News Today. And so they ate a lot of avocados, and naturally they tried to spice up the avocados a little bit by making them into things. So the word guacamole actually comes from two Aztec words, ahuaca, which stands for avocado, and mole, which stands for paste, so it translates to avocado paste. And even today, avocado consumption is associated with having a healthy and nutritious diet. There's actually a direct correlation between the amount of avocados consumed and the amount of nutrients you get in your diet. That was found from a National Health Survey in 2013. And yeah, that's a bit of history about guacamole. Now I'm going to tell you how to select the best ingredients. So personally, and pretty much everyone agrees, including popular chef Nick Fontova from Los Angeles, that the best avocado is a Hass avocado. And so I have two Hass avocados here. And what you want to do when holding the avocado to determine if it's ripe is you want to squeeze it a little bit. And if there's a little bit of give, you want it to be pretty firm, but you just want there to be a little bit of give there. And that's when you know it's ripe. Also, you don't want it to be too dark in color, because that is probably overripe. And then in terms of the other ones, I don't really have enough time to get into it because the avocado is the most important, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But you should try and buy locally farmed ingredients if you can, just to support local farmers and the local economy, and to save on the cost of transportation, the gas that's expended to transport goods from far away, because you don't need that. So yeah, that's how to buy the best ingredients for guacamole. And now I'm going to teach you how to make it. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a couple avocados, just depending on how much you want to make. And then you're going to need an onion, a tomato, some cilantro, and then salt and pepper. And then also, I usually add some lime, but lime could not be sourced at Campus Market at this time, so I didn't put it in. And some chefs actually don't think that lime is good in guacamole. Famous Mexican chef Diana Kennedy actually says that you should never use it. It's sacrilege because it masks the taste of the avocado. But personally, I think if you just add a little bit, then it's okay, and it just adds a little bit extra flavor. So it's all personal preference. So what you're going to want to do is take a knife and cut around the avocado, cut around the pit like so. Try to cut it about halfway evenly on each side. Then do super well on that, but it's okay. And then twist it apart, and here's your avocado. And then take that knife and kind of stab the pit. Cut myself a lot doing this, so good, cut myself. And then so you've removed your pit, and then take a spoon. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. You want to kind of dice up the inside of the avocado a little bit, like this, being careful not to stick the knife through the skin, and I'm sure your own skin. And then you want to take the spoon and scoop the avocado into the bowl. And we're just going to leave that in there for now. And then the same thing with the other one. Just slice it up a little bit. And this is just so it makes the mashing easier. Into the bowl. And then we're not going to actually mash it until the end, just to make sure it doesn't get too mashed. And then I suppose I'll do the other one. I don't want to go over the time limit, but I want there to be enough guacamole for everyone. We are going to taste this at the being careful once again not to have the knife slide off the pit and stab yourself, because that would be bad. But this one's not coming out easily. This is the other method, if you just kind of poke it and push it out. Round 2. Chef Nick Fontova says that Haas avocados are the best because they have the creamiest texture, and I would have to agree with him. I've used other avocados in my guacamole before, and it's really not quite the same. So you definitely got to use your Haas avocados. And they're actually really good right now. The ones at Campus Market, which is where I got these, they're usually not as good, but it just became avocado season in California, I think. So all the avocados are great. I should have brought paper towels or something. But so now we're going to move on to the less important parts. The avocado is, of course, the most important part. And so we're going to put some onion in. I already diced this up just to make it a little bit quicker. Just going to dump that in there. And then the tomato I will have to dice live. So I'm going to cut this. I don't want to use the whole thing because that would be overpowering. I'm just going to cut about a third of it off, maybe a half. And then go ahead and dice this up really quick. I'm not using a very sharp knife, so it's going to kind of juice everywhere, but it's alright. Oh, I almost cut myself. Alright, I didn't realize this would be going so slowly, so I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit. Tomatoes, I could not actually find any tomatoes at Campus Market that were like big ones, so I got these ones at the farmer's market downtown in SLO. Farmer's market is great for buying local vegetables. I think this one comes from like Atascadero area. I was talking to the guy who sold it to me, and I really recommend you go to the farmer's market to buy your produce just because it's great, it's local. Alright, that's about all the time we have for dicing, so we're going to put that in there. And then finally, we're going to put the cilantro in. This concludes our vegetable portion of the guacamole. And I should have done more, but it's okay. I don't really have time to dice that live either, so I pre-did it. And there we go, now it's in there. And the final 2 parts are just adding the salt and pepper, which I'll do after mashing. So proper mashing technique for guacamole is you want to use a fork, and you want to use the underside of it and just kind of mash it pretty good. After you get the fork and start mashing, there's not a whole lot of technique, I guess. You just got to get a good rhythm down, and it comes with experience. And yeah, get some stirring in there, and I think we're about good. Now I'm going to add some salt and pepper. You want to add a little bit more salt and than the pepper, but that's just to get the most flavor out. And then give it one final whisk. Alright, there we go. That's your guacamole. So as we've seen today in this speech, guacamole was quite important in the diets of ancient Aztecs. They really liked it because it had good fat content, which they really needed. It's great for social gatherings. You can make new friends with guacamole. You can compare guacamole recipes with your friends. And I've also taught you how to pick the right ingredients, and finally how to make guacamole. So I really encourage you to go home, maybe not today, but just at some point, and try to make guacamole yourself. It's a pretty easy dish to make, and it tastes really good.